Happy Holy Hump Day on this August 10th, everyone. I'm Pastor Robert. Welcome to this midweek time where I can share some spiritual thoughts and reflections with you. And actually today we have a guest for our Holy Hump Day video.
And now the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which the panel is always blindfolded. Are the blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, John.
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in,
It's
please?
Kathy Lee, a member of our church, and she has a gift of writing and creativity, and she has made this video. It's a 5-minute video on the topic, what is so wonderful about wonder? I love that theme, and it's based on Psalm 8, and she's going to refer to Psalm 8 in this video. So let's watch this video that Kathy has put together for us about what is so wonderful about wonder.
Rachel Carson, most well known for writing Silent Spring, wrote this about wonder and beauty. A child's world is fresh and new and beautiful, full of wonder and excitement. It is our misfortune that for most of us, that clear-eyed vision, that true instinct for what is beautiful and awe-inspiring, is dimmed and even lost before we reach adulthood. The questions I'd like to explore today are what is so wonderful about wonder? For us adults, if we've lost touch with it, how can we create opportunities to find it again? And how can we both teach and learn from our children? Let's begin with what is so wonderful about wonder, and then our first memories of it. Dr. Anthony T. DeBenedette is a gastroenterologist and a behavioral science enthusiast. He defines wonder as an emotion. He says most emotions cause us to act, but wonder makes us pause. Perhaps this is why people don't just drive by the Grand Canyon, right? They stop and look. Perhaps this is why we pause and gaze out the window during the first snowfall, or when we hear a beautiful song. Thousands of years ago, before our common era, a psalmist in the Old Testament, a sacred text for many, penned these words in Psalm 8, verses 3 and 4. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, the son of man that you care for him? It seems that this writer from thousands of years ago was describing what Dr. DeBenedette describes as an outcome of wonder, feeling smaller without feeling insignificant, in the sense that we are each part of a greater whole. Some of our most vivid childhood memories are most likely connected to wonder because of its impression on us. Maybe it was the quiet peace of seeing light stream through stained glass windows, or the wonder of snow falling from the sky. I'm sure you can think of your own examples. So memories can connect us to wonder. What else? And why is it important? I learned how to pause and delight in nature's beauty a little more during the pandemic. I was doing all of my running by myself, and my only social connection outside of family was social media. I started looking for moments that I could take a picture of that captured the beauty along the way during my runs. I stopped for flowers, for inviting paths, and creature friends that I saw along the way. I often still do. A 2021 article from Harvard Business Review confirms that a similar activity, called taking an awe walk, can also help us stop and notice the beauty around us. The authors explained that a 20-minute walk, simply taking in the moment, left people feeling calmer and better able to focus. They also reported that mental chatter and worries decrease, while the desire to connect with and help others increases. Not a bad outcome, right? Finally, as adults and even young adults, we not only have an opportunity to make time for wonder in ourselves, but to also celebrate and experience wonder with children. Although they may come to it more easily, they may still need our guidance. The book titled Last Child in the Woods, Saving Our Children from Nature Deficit Disorder came out in 2005 by Richard Louv. In his introduction, he states, "A kid today can likely tell you about the Amazon rainforest, but not about the last time he or she explored the woods in solitude or lay in a field listening to the wind and watching the clouds move." To encourage wonder in children, we don't need to be scientific experts. We simply need to remember the value of pausing and noticing. Noticing the caterpillar crossing the sidewalk, the tomato growing in the garden, and the smell of the lilacs. Most importantly, experiencing awe and wonder through our children reminds us to see this beautiful world through their eyes. My friend Jess has a daughter named Olivia who will be 7 this summer of 2022. Olivia has a form of cerebral palsy and epilepsy. She cannot talk, and she is limited in her mobility. Her favorite time of day is when her mom takes her outside in her gait trainer, which allows her to walk as independently as possible. Olivia enjoys the blue sky, the green trees, and using her legs to propel herself forward one step at a time. "Look, world, I'm walking," she seems to say, and life is full of wonder, and she is a wonder. To conclude, we live in a wonderful world of beauty and love. Rachel Carson is not the only 21st century writer who encouraged us to allow nature to develop our sense of wonder. Anne Frank wrote these words in the diary of a young girl during a time she could have focused on all that was wrong with the world. She writes, "The best remedy for those who are afraid, lonely, or unhappy is to go out somewhere where they can be quite alone with the heavens, nature, and God. Because only then one can feel that all is as it should be, and that God wishes to see people happy amidst the simple beauty of nature." Thank you for listening. You are a wonder.
I want to again thank Kathy Lee for sharing this creative writing on what is so wonderful about wonder based on Psalm 8. I really appreciate her gift of writing, and she gives us a lot to think about, to be open to seeing God's presence all around us, especially through the beauty of nature. I invite you to join us for worship this Sunday at 9 o'clock or at 10:30. We also have a live stream of our service on our church's YouTube channel at 10:30. We're going to be continuing in our Messages from Heaven series that we just started last week, and it's going to be the prophet Isaiah again. And the prophet Isaiah offers us a very important message from heaven for this upcoming Sunday, and that message is, you'll get through this. No matter what challenge we might face, you'll get through this, whatever it is that you are facing. So join us this Sunday, and may we continue to be open to the wonder of God's beauty that is all around us.